What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Marketing Nomad Show. It's your favorite podcast host and marketer. My name is Prit. Alrighty, guys. Today we're in episode number 43, and we're going to talk about 5 quick things that you can post when you don't know what the heck to post on Instagram. And I say Instagram, but you can also kind of use these tips for Facebook. So let's get into today's episode super quick. It's going to be a pretty fast episode, given that there's only 5 things to talk about. But if you are on Instagram and you're kind of looking at it and you're like, I don't know what to post, there's nothing coming to my mind, then all you have to do is just hop onto this podcast episode and you've got 5 things that you can post immediately, guys. All of these don't take too much time, and I promise you it's probably going to take you less than 30 minutes to get any one of these out there immediately, okay? All right, so before we get into today's episode, which is episode number 43, by the way, in case I didn't mention, let me first introduce myself to those of you who are new. If you've stumbled upon my podcast, welcome. I am Prit. I am the Marketing Nomad. You can catch me on Instagram at the Marketing Nomad. I'm a marketing strategist, an entrepreneur, a business lover, a Post-it obsessor, I guess. Guys, I'm seriously obsessed with Post-its, like to an extent where I don't think it's possible for anyone to be this obsessed. And I'm also, I'm also an animal lover, if that makes sense. Yes. Okay. So that's basically a short introduction of who I am. I'm also a business owner and an entrepreneur, in case I didn't mention that. I do have services that I am offering at the moment, my one-on-one marketing strategy consultations. There are 3 packages, the 1-month package, the 2-month package, and then the 4-month package. If you are interested to get my help to scale your business, then those will be in the description box below. I'm also offering Instagram audits at the moment to help businesses scale their Instagram page to kind of convert their followers into clients. So that will be in the description box below as well. So that's a little bit of an introduction of, who I am and all of those things. I usually upload podcast episodes from Monday to Friday, usually in the morning EST, all right? And what else? Yes, please do subscribe to this podcast. I usually talk about Instagram strategy, marketing strategy, business strategy, and I also do cover mindset tips as well for business owners and entrepreneurs. Okay, that was a mouthful. Let's get into 5 things to post when you have absolutely no idea what the heck to post, okay? Now, the first thing is a quote. And it can be any goddamn quote that is part of your industry that applies to you as a business owner or even niche related, okay? It's just a simple quote. You can probably Google it, as long as you are giving credit to whoever said it and not, kind of putting your name underneath it. Not just that, guys. If in case, you don't want to pick something off the internet, which is completely okay, guys, as long as you do give the credit, that's completely fine, okay? If, Bill Gates said something and then you want to post that, that's absolutely fine, as long as you do credit it and you do say that, Bill Gates said it, okay? Not that you said it, because, well, that would be illegal and we don't do that thing, I guess, here. So basically, that's that, guys. So either you can make up your own quote if there's something that, you've probably written blog posts about, and maybe there's one line that you said or wrote in your blog post or in your podcast episodes or in your YouTube videos that really stands out and it's really powerful and impactful, then that might be something that you might want to take as your quote, because that is something that you said, you wrote, or you kind of recorded yourself saying. So my first thing that you can post is a quote, okay? It can be yours. It can be something that you get off the internet that applies to your industry. That's super important, guys. You can't just pick off a quote because you, like the way it sounds, I guess. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to make sure that whatever you are picking, it relates to your industry and your audience is going to connect with it, okay? That's how you can put a powerful quote out there for your audience to like, and that's how it becomes an impactful post, okay? The second one is something behind the scenes. You can literally, guys, just take a picture of you sitting behind your desk and probably working on something. You can even take a picture of your pen fallen on your book in a very pretty looking way, or you can take a screenshot of, what you're doing, what you're working on, kind of give a feel of behind the scenes. Maybe put your face a little bit in there, or put parts of your body that, if you are face shy, as I call it, that's completely okay. Maybe you can put your hand in there. Maybe you can, put a part of your face, whatever it is, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can do that. So posting a little bit of behind the scenes is also a great idea for you to post, because that actually helps your audience get to know you better. You can even post a picture of your dog, doing something funny, or a picture of your cat, maybe, doing workouts with you, whatever it is, however you want to show your life behind the scenes, that's absolutely okay. And it does count as a post, because you are building a connection over here. You're building a relationship with your audience over here. So that's completely legit, and it's completely fine for you to post that, okay? So that was number 2 for you guys. Number 3 is a throwback, okay? Now, for example, there was something that you did maybe a couple months back, and you really want to rehash that today. You want to talk to people about it. You can do a throwback. Maybe the first day you started your business. Talk a little bit about your emotions. What ran through your mind when you were getting your EID done? Or what ran through your mind when you finally got that email that said that your company had been incorporated? Or something of that sort. How did you feel when you first got your job? The first job you ever got, for that matter. Or the first service that, you had to price yourself a little lower than what you expected. What were your feelings there? Or the first 5K month that you hit, the first 10K months that you hit. All of those things are great throwbacks, and they definitely help to build connection with your audience. So I would highly recommend throwbacks. In case you're looking at Instagram and you're like, I don't know what to post. This is absolutely nuts. There's nothing running through my mind. Because, guys, that happens. That happens to the best of us, too. So a throwback is a great way for you to kind of get your audience to understand where you are coming from. Your origin story. We love those, right? It's funny that I'm talking about origin stories, because I actually was watching Wolverine last night, and that's an origin story. And the reason why it was such a success, at least to me, it's a success, guys. I'm hugely, insanely obsessed with Wolverine. But yes, to me, it was a success because it showed me where that character came from, right? And that's basically what you are putting out there as well. You're not only showing them who you are today, you're telling them and showing them where you come from as well. So that's really a great way for you to connect with your audience, because you never know what they've been through, and they might see your backstory and they might be like, hey, this person's actually been through what I've been through. And that's awesome, because that way I can trust her with my business, or I can trust her with whatever help I need, because she's been through the same thing. She's going through exactly what I'm going through, and she knows whatever it is that I'm going through, and she can help me out with that. So throwbacks, great way, guys. Now, number 4 is industry news and updates. And it's not necessarily industry news. You can also do your own news, for that matter. You releasing a new product, your sale coming out, a discount, period that you have probably, or if there's something happening in your industry that you think your audience might need to know, if there's some updates, if there's something exciting happening in your niche, those are all fantastic pieces that you can actually talk to your audience about. Now, a huge tip or trick that I personally use is I set up Google Alerts for the things in my niche, all right? And that has worked really well. For me, Instagram strategy is one that I have a Google alert for. Marketing is another that I have a Google alert for. You might want to be a little bit more specific to your niche. Keep Google alerts, so every time you do get for those of you, okay, wait, let me take a step back. And for those of you who don't know how Google Alerts works, basically is you set an alert for a word, and each time that word appears in an article or in something that has come out very recently, it's usually a news piece or a newsletter online, anything that's recent, it actually sends you an email saying, hey, this so-and-so article was released today and it had the word that you're looking for. So those are really great, especially when you are looking for exciting updates in your industry. So set up a Google alert for that. Just Google how to set up a Google alert. I really don't have to get into all that details right now. But do that and you will get every day, I think you'll get daily emails about what articles were released in relation to your keywords. And if there's something exciting that you think your audience might want to know, then just put it out there, guys. That's all it is. So that's one way that has really helped me to kind of figure out the news stuff that's important to my niche and my business. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Of course, I'm pretty sure that you would have subscribed to newsletters in your industries. What else? Online newspapers. I guess that was the same thing, guys. Woof. Okay. So basically, you would have subscribed to them. So if there's something out there that's interesting, that caught your attention, you're pretty sure that your audience would like it as well, then you might want to just take that. Make sure you mention the source, guys. Don't forget that. So take that, mention the source, and put it as a post with your branding and all of those stuff. So as long as you put the credit for that, that's completely fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay? And the last tip that I do have for you, the last thing that you can post is something that your audience may have misunderstood. So kind of like a myth buster kind of thing that you think a lot of people in your industry don't get, or they misunderstand, or it's just not something that is clear to them, or even if they search Google or whatever it is, it's not very clear, or it's something that it's a common misconception. So just that you could post as something you want to post on Instagram, and it can be with your branding, and it will also position you as the authority as well. And not just that, you can also give tips on maybe something that they're overcoming, some problem that you think your audience might have collectively. Those might be things that you address. So those were the 5 things that you can actually post if you don't know what the heck to post on Instagram. Let me refresh your memory. We're going to go over the 5 once more. The first one is just a quote. It can be yours. It can be someone else's, as long as you're crediting them. Number 2 is behind the scenes. Take a picture of yourself, or take a picture of your dog, or anything in your life that shows them literally what is behind the scenes. Number 3 is a throwback photo. It helps you connect better with your audience because they know where you're coming from. And you never know, guys. There might be something in your past or what you've been through that actually makes them stop and say, hey, that person's actually been through the same thing. I really want to approach them for help with, whatever services they offer because, well, I know that they know what I'm struggling. Wow, that was a really complicated sentence. But we made it through that, guys, so woohoo there. Number 4 is industry news and updates. Not just that, it could be business updates, it could be your business updates, it could be a competitor's business updates, whatever you want, an industry leader's update, whatever it is, product announcements, sales, discounts, whatever it is, that could be also something that you post about. And number 5 is something that they may have misunderstood. So sort of like a myth bust. You can also add in your own tips, tricks. You can add in checklists. You can add in tools that they can use. All of these are great examples. I think I've given you more than 5, guys. Okay. So I think I've given you about 7. Yes, if I count that correctly, I think there are about 7 things that you can post in this podcast episode. Well, guys, that brings me to the end of this podcast episode. This was meant to be a really quick one, just so that, you can just hop onto this, listen quickly, and just get on. All of these, you can literally just create them within 30 minutes or less, okay? So these are just pretty quick ones that, if you don't know what to do, you're not in the mood to post on anything on Instagram, and you're like, what did I do? This podcast episode was just meant for that, okay? Now, guys, if you like this podcast episode, please do leave me a review. And don't forget to subscribe. Every time you do a review, every time you subscribe, it helps me with my ranking, and it helps me help other business owners such as yourself. And that's what I love to do, guys. Also, I also do have marketing services available, my one-on-one marketing strategy consultations, and also Instagram audits at the moment. So those are in the description box below. Other than that, I will catch you guys in another podcast episode. I'm suddenly out of breath. I have no idea why, guys, but it's just one of those days, I guess. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off, but I hope you guys are doing super, super awesome and staying super, super safe, guys. That's super important. I say super a lot. Okay, I am going to go, guys. Bye-bye. Catch you later.